One there where the sources of U.S. corporate profit, where we have seen over the years manufacturing going down and finances going up. Now, maybe those in the financial community says that's not a big worry, but there's something about that bothers me. You know, that we just seem to be making more money on money. And I have a quote here from Raymond Dalio, Bridgewater Associates, who said, "The money that's made from manufacturing stuff is a pittance in comparison to the amount of money made from shuffling money around. 44% of all corporate profits in the U.S. come from the financial sector compared with only 10% from the manufacturing sector." Well, this chart doesn't show it's that bad, but I don't know whether he's right or this chart's right. But I think that for some reason that concerns me. That we're just developing these instruments, as I mentioned, the collateralized debt obligations, the collateralized mortgage obligations, the credit default swaps, all these things going back, even back when Fannie Mae started those things back in 1983. And I'm not certain, I'm not convinced that there was a demand out there for these. It's just people got together and said, we got a new product here, we can market it, and we can make money on it. And they kind of took on a life of their own. Now the next chart I have that kind of in consonance with that is the credit debt as a share of U.S. GDP. And that also bothers me. When you see for all the years from basically World War II up until about 1990, it was pretty stable. But from about 1990 on, it just skyrocketed. And I guess what bothers me about that is that we're getting further and further debt. I don't just mean government debt, I mean personal, private debt out there, credit cards and everything else. And as that happens, it strikes me that it crowds out the kind of necessary investments that we may need to make in, well, I said that in my opening statement, things like healthcare, medical research, the infrastructure of America, retooling our manufacturing for the new energy era that hopefully is coming. And that just, for some reason, that chart kind of bothers me. That credit debt as a share of U.S. GDP is now up to 360% of GDP and climbing. And it seems to me that at some point there has to be a reckoning coming. And we have to start unwinding some of this debt. And I hope we can do it in a way that doesn't create too many dislocations, but I just wonder if we haven't gotten too far into credit debt in this country and into using financial instruments as a way of making money. I'm not saying they're all wrong, but I think it just kind of got out of hand. And that's what this derivatives, that's why I'm concerned about the amount of derivatives that are out there. And how they keep growing, and how we're not leveraging 2 or 6 or 7, we're leveraging 30, 35 to 1 on some of these instruments. And I just can't believe that's healthy for this country. I don't mean to have the last word if somebody else